Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Teach Me How to Canva. This is a introductory class to the world of Canva. We're going to start from the very basics of simply creating an account, and then we'll move on from there. For those of you who may not know, Canva is the extraordinary content creation tool that you can use to create social media posts, brochures, listing presentations, mailers, business cards, anything that you can imagine, pretty much. If you've never heard me talk about Canva, I'm surprised because I am always raving about how much I love Canva and how easy it is to use. So if you have used the designs element in the command dashboard, that is phenomenal. As always, refer back to that for any truly branded and compliant templates. But Canva is always a great option to check out some different designs that you can really customize. All right, so let's get started. Right off the bat, I'm going to sign up for an account. Now I'm already logged into my Google account, so I'm going to continue with Google. You can continue with simply using an email and password, but if you have it connected to your Google account, it's easy because whenever you're logged into your Gmail, you'll automatically be logged into Canva. So here we go. I'm logged in now. What we're going to see is try Canva Pro for free. Now there is a Canva Pro option. You get 30 days free. And it does allow you to have access to premium photos and videos, a lot of cool elements such as a magic eraser or a background remover, brand kits, etc. So at another point in time, you can always sign up for this free trial and continue to pay for the services, but there is a lot that you can do with the free account. Here we go, nice little confetti welcoming me to Canva. So as we can see, these are just some of the different elements that we can create. Documents, whiteboards, presentations, social media, videos, printed products. You can even create websites, and your presentations can be used via the Canva URL. So it is very easy to share presentations. All you need is a link. You don't need to send a full PDF document. Now we see that there is a design spotlight for all different types of marketing and such that are very popular. So for example, under marketing, you can create logos, posters, flyers, brochures, social medias, etc. There is a search bar right here. When you click on the search bar, you're able to search within the templates that are available in Canva for the projects that you have already created. I'm going to come to templates and let's see what they have for real estate. Now, right off the bat, I see real estate agent, logos, flyers, yard signs, etc. I'm just going to do a general search for real estate. Now, once this loads, it's going to show me all of the different templates that are available. Here we go. I guess Canva's feeling the Monday morning weather. Let's just. All right, she's coming. As you can see, there's almost 34,000 designs to choose from. That's a lot. As we scroll down, we are going to see all of these different templates. And the top line is going to show you the name of that template, and the bottom tells you what type of post it is, or what type of design it is.
Sorry, so template is really this off.
Which one?
Just listing.
Just listing. Yes.
Sorry,
Now, that's
okay.
okay.
I know you can trust that yourself.
Exactly. That's the great thing about Canva. So Janine just brought up a great point. There's a little bit of a little grammatical error here, but the great thing with Canva is that you can change anything and everything with these templates. So this is an Instagram post. This is a Facebook post, mobile video, a flyer, lots and lots of different things. I can narrow my search down by category right here. So let's say I just want to look at different social media posts, and I want to look at the Instagram post size. This is going to filter down from 33,900 and change to just under 9,000. So still a lot to choose from. You can continue to filter down your dashboard if you would like. You can search by the format, by the style, by the theme, features, subject, etc. Now, as you're looking through all of these things, you may say, oh, wow, I really like this template, but those are not my brand colors, or I don't like the font, or I would change the picture in the back. And that is perfectly fine because that is everything that we can do with Canva. Let's see, I'm going to take this image right here. And I'm going to click on it. And then it's going to ask me if I'd like to customize this template. I'm also going to see underneath it, it gives me similar suggestions to the template that I have chosen. So maybe I'm going to find one in here that I didn't see right off the bat that I would like to use instead. And I actually kind of like this one instead. So I've selected that one in its place, and I'm going to click on Customize this template. So now I've chosen the template that I'd like to use, and now I'm going to make it my own. When you first sign up for Canva, you are going to see a lot of really helpful purple bubbles that pop up. So this is telling me where I can access the text option. I can upload my own images. And here is where I can share and download my final product.
For me, you just quick, say you're going there. You go there, man. Exactly what I do.
So funny. Okie dokie. Now, I do see this option here to remove the watermark. Now, this is because I'm using a pro template and I did not realize that beforehand. So just so you know, if you're ever using a pro template and you don't have a pro account, it will show up this watermark in the back. So let me actually go back and find one that is not a premium template. I'm back on my home page, and here I see what I had missed is that this template is containing paid elements. So I will have to pay to use that particular template. So let's go back. Let's use this one. All right, we'll use this one instead. But this is the beauty of Canva, is that it's really easy to find a solution if you run into a hiccup. Now that my template is loaded, all of my elements here are going to be on the side for things that I can add, change, etc. Right at the top here, you're going to notice the name of your template is right up at the top. I highly recommend changing this and including the name of your topic or a date or something similar. So for example, I can make this 123 Main Street IG post 6/26/23. Now, when I come back to my home page, I see that I have my recent designs here. And if I come here and click on projects, and I type in 123 Main Street, this will show up under my existing projects. So now let's make some edits. First thing I want to show you guys is how you can upload your own imagery. You're going to come over to the upload hub right here. And this is where you can upload images, video, audio, etc. Now I've already downloaded just a generic KW logo. So I'm going to click on it, drag it, and drop it in. And now the KW logo will live in my Canva upload section until I remove it. I can upload as many elements as I want, pictures of myself, pictures of the home, logos, anything else that you would like to use in your marketing material. And once you upload it, it will be there for you for any point in time that you'd like to use it. I can minimize this sidebar here, and I'm able to see my image a little bit bigger, I can zoom in on my image using this scroll bar below. And that's great if you want to get up close and really make sure all of your designs are even and everything looks good, and just to get an overall better view of everything. Now, I'm looking at this and it looks really nice, but green is just not my logo color. I want to keep this with the KW red colors. What I'm going to do is click on this green shape. And I see that I clicked on the shape and it's showing me the color right here. I can then change this color by selecting suggested photo colors that pick up colors from the other images in Canva. I can use any default colors, gradient colors. Guys, this is the first time I'm seeing gradient colors.
It's actually kind of cool.
That is really cool. I love it. And then of course you can always pick your own color as well. So if I'm looking for a solid color, I can come right in here and pick and choose to the color that's going to be closest to what I want. I do have the actual codes for the KW red, and I can share those with you at another time. But now I have changed the color of my circle from green to red. And right here it's asking me, do I want to change all the green elements to the same red color? I would like to do that, so I'm going to click on change all. And now we see that these elements here have changed as well. There we go, and I'm going to do the same thing here. There we go. It does look like McDonald's, and now I'm kind of craving a cheeseburger, so we're going to change this. And I would like to make all of the text in the red white. So I'm going to click on my text here, click on the text color, and then I can change that to white. Now, if I want to change this, maybe this is an apartment for rent. I'll just simply click on the text and type an apartment. Now it's too big. Here's a couple different ways we can change the font size or change the shape of the text box to make our element fit. So right now, the text size is 119. I can deduct it, change it, there we go. Let's try 90. So now I've made it 90 and it fits in the one line, but it looks a little bit small. I'm going to drag it over here, and I can actually then take the corner and just simply drag it. And as I do that, the font size changes as well. So that's how we can change the font size without actually putting in a number, simply by adjusting the size of the text using the text box. Here is a button that we can use. So what I can do is I can change the color of my button. Maybe I want this to be a white button. And I want the text to say, contact us today. Now again, I can come in here and move this just by clicking on it and dragging it. If I want all the text to be on one line, or two lines, whatever it is that I want. I can click on this little arrow contraption to move it in place. And as I move it, you notice these little lines that pop up as well as these numbers in purple. These are my guidelines. These are showing me that right now when I have my button right here, it's perfectly in line with the text above it and below it, and it's evenly spaced between the two pieces of text above and below. So right away, you know that this is going to be in a nice spot, and you can do that with a lot of other pieces of text, and you'll just see those lines moving, and this way you make sure everything is lined up the way you want it to be. Now let's say I want to just delete this piece of text here. I can simply click on this delete button or hit delete on my keyboard. Maybe the phone number as well. I want to delete that too. Simply hit delete. But, oh no, I do need a phone number. There's an undo button. Boom, I hit that undo button, it comes right back. Here's where I can then click in and type in my text. So on every piece of social media marketing, you do need the office phone number and your cell phone number. So our office is 201 950. And I also need to include my personal cell phone. So what I can do is click on these three dots to copy, or click Control-C on my keyboard. And then I can right click and hit paste, or hit Control-V. So when you right click, it's going to show you if there's any, what I like to call cheat codes for any of these functions that you can do simply from your keyboard. It saves a lot of time once you get the hang of it. So I can simply just hit Control-V and my second phone number pops right up. I'm going to move it, make it nice and even with the one above it. And I'm going to come in and now put in my cell number. And there we go. Now I have the cell phone and the office number on my design. Now, this is not the picture of my house or my apartment for rent, and that's quite all right. What you would do is go to the MLS, or if you have the pictures on your computer, you would simply upload them right here. So you can click on upload files and it'll open up your computer's download menu or desktop menu, and you can upload the images that way. I'm just going to do a quick Google search here to get an image, New Jersey apartment. Now, I don't recommend doing this in the least, but I'm doing this just for example purposes. So let's say hypothetically, this is my apartment that I am marketing. I have my image saved on my computer. You can drag it and drop it. And now I can simply take my uploaded image, click on it, and drag it over whichever image I would like to replace. And you'll see it fill in. If I want to simply add an image, I can just add it in. But then again, I can hover over the image space and plop it right in where it belongs. I would then do that with the other images in my library. There we go. Now just notice that these have a orange, yellow McDonald's color circle. So I'm going to click on this element. And here I can see the color and the border color. So I'm going to click on, let's do a gray color. We'll do gray. And again, it's asking me if I want to change all of the colors to gray, and I want to change all of them. Looking good so far. Now, again, keep in mind, this is just a template, so I can make as many or as little changes as I'd like. These lines, these little dots here, they're just not doing it for me. Delete, they're gone. Maybe I want to take this picture and make it a little bit bigger. I can simply click on it and drag it and make it larger. I can reposition it to where I like and get everything perfectly placed. Now I need to come back in and add in my logo. I'm going to click on that KW logo. Again, you're going to use the Keller Williams Park Views logo. This is just an example. Undo. Going to make this logo a little smaller. And I can put that right here. Now keep in mind, whenever you are making a social media or marketing post, you need to include your full name, the Keller Williams Park Views logo, which must be the same size as a team logo if you were using one. You must include the phone number of the office and your cell phone.
And they also have to be the same size.
And the phone numbers have to be the same size. Thank you. So right now, this is compliant. If I make this bigger, this is no longer compliant because this is bigger than the office number. If I made both of them size 20, now it is compliant because they're both the same size. Does anyone have any questions about anything I've done so far? No, that's
It
good.
actually looks very nice.
Thank you.
Now that it's not on McDonald land.
Easy. Now that we're no longer advertising McDonald's, it does look nice. Now, let's say I want to try a different template. I could go back to the home page and find another template. I can also click on this button here to add a page. This will now give me a blank slate that is the same size as my Instagram post. Hava, go ahead, you have a question?
Amanda, I have, missing some part. I have a phone. I'm asking only if we did some flyers, some, work, we can find later is any place, or we can create again, same thing. We wants to, after the change the address, change the something.
To reuse the template you've already done?
Yeah. We can find it any place. We have any folder because I didn't look down any place.
Yep, and that's a great question. So right now I just came back to the home page.
Mm-hmm.
And as I scroll down underneath the you might want to try, I'm going to see all of my recent designs.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So I can click right there. If I want to make a copy, I click
Mhm.
on these three dots and then click on make a copy, and then it will make a whole new file that I can edit for a new property.
Okay.
Great question.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now I'm on my blank page here, and I would like to click on design. So right up here, this first option essentially allows you to search through all of the post templates, just like we did on the home page. So I can come here again and search real estate, or maybe I want to advertise an open house. So here are my open houses. Now, as I start to look through, you're going to notice this little crown icon, and that means that this is a pro template. So keep in mind, you are not able to access these unless you are creating your content in a pro account. Let's choose this one right here. I like this one. So I'm going to click on the template and it will automatically fill in my blank page. Now, what's really cool is there's a template style here. And if I click on it, I can apply these different color styles and fonts to my template. And I can click shuffle and it will change throughout the different colors. I like that one. That looks nice. This is the placeholder logo. I'm going to delete this, delete that, come back to my uploaded images, and click on my KW logo. I'm going to move it in that spot. And now I'm going to type in some of the changes here. So my open house is going to be on Saturday, July 1st. I can't believe it. At 12 to 3. I'm going to click on this text box and simply just elongate it so all of my text fits on one line. I'm then going to click on these arrows and get it right back in the center. So right here, you see that thick purple line comes directly through the middle. That means I have centered this text directly in the middle of my template. So if you're like me, if you're a Virgo, if you're a little OCD and everything needs to be exactly in place, these grid lines are your best friend. Double click in here and change the address. 123 Main Street, Rutherford, New Jersey. Beautiful. I'm going to come here and I'm going to change her name to my name. And again, office and cell phone number. Office 201-939-0050. And to make it easy, I'm just going to hit enter and put another line. Cell phone. I can move this a hair down so the text is not overlapping. And here is where I would put in any other information. Again, to change out your headshot, you would upload it right here. Let's just get, I'm gonna be Taylor Swift today. Because why not? As you all know, I have a slight Taylor Swift obsession. Oh. This is a web file. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but if you're ever on Google and you try to save a file and it shows up as WPBP file, it will not save. You need to save your images as a JPEG or a PNG. All of these are not correct. There we go, JPEG. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to open or upload my photo. There's my girl Taylor. And I'm going to drag and drop her into this headshot space. Now, I want to have the headshot actually feature the face and not so much the background. So I'm zoomed in, and what I'm going to do is double click. You will notice that everything else gets a little grayed out, and I'm seeing the full image. This allows me to move the image within the image placeholder, and I can make it bigger or smaller to put my image exactly where I'd like it to be. Done. Beautiful. Look at my girl. I'm going to zoom out. And now we see she's looking good. Now this is a little bit tricky because the background image is one big image. I clicked on the background, and if I were to click on the delete button, we see that that whole background image goes away. So I'm going to have to put in something else. Now, as you would normally do, you would upload that image directly here. But I'm going to show you a different option where you can add additional elements to your design. And that's within the Elements tab. The Elements tab allows us to add shapes, graphics, stickers, photos, videos, audios, frames, etc. So that's why my girl Taylor is in this nice little circular frame. We can take frames and place them in, and then drag and drop pictures in those frames, and that's how they get those really nice shapes. So I'm going to search for a house, plain and simple. I don't want to see graphics or videos, I want to see photos. This is a beautiful house, let's pretend this is the house. I've then added it to my background. Double click on it and adjust it. I can also click on this text, and if I hold the shift button, I can click on multiple elements of text at once. So let's see how it looks. White looks good, but it could look better. In addition to changing the colors of your words, you can also add effects. So if I come over to the effects button here, we see we can add shadows, have words outlined, give them neon backgrounds, give them a solid color background. We can even make the wording curved if we wanted to. So let's see what happens if I put a shadow. I see a little difference, still pretty hard to read. That lift, see the difference, how it makes it look a little darker around the wording? I'm going to turn that off. Very bright, I put the lift back on, gives it that contrast. And I want to intensify this a bit, so I can really make it pop. Still looks a bit hard to see. I'm going to click on my background image. I'm actually going to make it a little bit more transparent. Just a little bit of transparency will go a long way. You see how I'm at 100 right now? Watch the text here. As I reduce the transparency, the text gets easier and easier to read. Granted, it is white text, so that's kind of a bad example. But if I were to keep the transparency right like this, and then maybe I want to change this font size or color to a gray, black, that'll look a little bit better. Actually, that doesn't look good at all. And this is when we realize, you know what, this is just not the best example. This might look better with a different photo. Maybe I want to take my logo and put it down here. And I want to take all of this and move it up. I'm holding down the Shift key and clicking on all of the elements that I'd like to move. This creates a group. And I can then move this and place it exactly where I want. These lines got a little bit messed up. I'm going to take them. Match them up with one another. There we go. Now it looks a little better. Make that one notch smaller to give a little space between the lines. And I am going to change this back to the white color. And I'm going to make sure I have that effect back on. Maybe I also want to bold this. There we go, getting it in the middle. Now this still looks kind of weird, so what I'm going to do is take this, and then I'm actually going to take the red color that's in the logo and change my font color. What I can then do is put in any additional information here, any contact info, website, etc. And I can then use my logo.
I just realized that you're,
That I'm Taylor. Yes,
Yeah.
where have you been? I want to make my logo a little bit smaller.
yeah, sending some crazy emails.
And then I can put any of my additional text right here. So here is a great example of my original design, which was this one right here. And look how I turned this template and I made it into something similar, but different. So just know you can change out background images, you can change out the font colors, the colors of the template themselves. You can really do so much, and it's all about practicing and playing around. If you have some downtime, make a little post about, your favorite things or what you like to do in town. There's a lot of really cool templates where you can showcase your personality, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I do want to show you one more thing, and I'm going to come up back to this first template. We do have the ability to animate our designs as well. I'm going to click on this animate button, and these allow us to have our designs move. So as I hover over each of these combinations, we see how this post would look as someone is looking at it on their phone or on the computer. This can apply to all of the elements. And if I would just like to have one or two move, I can click on certain words, pictures, etc. And I can apply them to the elements that I'd like. I have the same thing here. I can take a look at what this looks like by clicking on this preview button. So now the apartment pops in, this pops in, looks pretty cool. Here's my second design. Hit the escape button, gonna close that there. Maybe I actually want the whole design to move. I kind of like this sleek one. I'm going to apply to all pages. So now if I take another look, we see that looks really cool on my first page, And now when I'm on my second page, the same effects take place. Videos on Instagram and social media can typically perform a little bit better, so it's nice to have that little bit of motion. You don't have to be posting videos all the time. The algorithm is constantly changing, so it's no longer, videos. Photos are dead. That is no more. Photos are getting just as much traction as videos are. So in the world of Instagram, for example, reels and a physical post, a standard, solid post of a photo, they're gonna get the same treatment in the algorithm, or so they say. Once
Amanda, I have a question.
Sure.
The second one, you changed to the KW logo, and before to tell them it's actually team, but I am actually personally asking is anything like the KW logos sizes, your picture size, is anything a problem? Only if you have a team, you need to be team logo and KW logo the same.
Correct.
Not the personal, the pictures or
The
name.
picture.
Yeah.
The headshot doesn't have to be smaller.
No, just specific logos.
Just the logo.
You're showing the difference between a team and it's different when it's the team, because some people are just putting their team logo and not saying that they're associated with what office they're associated with. You as it is, you're just putting your picture with your name and the office.
So it's okay.
Your pictures and what you're doing there
Yes.
is one thing. People were not doing what they were doing. Instead of a picture, was putting their logo there and not putting the office
But
information.
if the headshot's larger than the logo, that's
Except
fine.
generally larger than your logo anyway.
Perfect. Another great question. Excellent question. So now, we have our 2 designs done. I'm going to show you how you can download them. You click on the share button on the top right corner. This is going to show you if you want to post it directly to Instagram, if you want a link to share this with someone so they can view it, or you can click on download. Now, when you're on the download section, it gives you the option to save as a file type. So since these are both technically now videos because they have those animations, I would download them as an MP4 video. If I wanted to download them without that animation, I can download them as a PNG and they will download as just a simple photo design. Additionally, when you download, it will default to downloading both or all of your pages in one file. That can be kind of a headache because you'll have to unzip the file if you have multiple images. So what I would recommend doing is just download them one by one. So I'm going to download page 1. I'm going to save current download settings and click on download. Once this begins to download, I'm going to click on the share again, download, and this time I'm going to download page 2. So now it is downloading both of my images, both of my videos in separate files. Again, if you were to download everything in one file, it will create a zip file, which you will then have to unzip, and it's just a little more work on your end, so it's just a little easier to download them individually.
Amanda, how about 2 of them separate? We can post. We can post only one post, like the duplicate. The multiple page. Is any possibility?
Well, you would just post each of these separately as 2 different posts.
I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. I also would just like to quickly show you in this apps area, they're always coming out with new cool apps that you can use. So these are some that we've seen before, adding in photos, audio, etc. There are also emojis, all this fun stuff, QR codes. This is really, really cool for the QR codes. I'm gonna click on use. I can now create a QR code for any link. And add it as a QR code, and it will create it and save it as a nice normal looking QR code. So I'm just gonna go to my website. amandademarco.kw.com. I'm gonna copy that. Come back here. Here's my URL, paste it in. If I want to customize my code, I can. Generate code. There we go. So I have easily and quickly created a QR code for my landing page, my website, etc. And I can easily add this onto a flyer or anything like that. So keep in mind, you do have a built-in QR code creator within your free Canva account. Additionally, in the text, this is where you can add in different sized texting, as well as all of these cool different font combinations. So depending on, how the design of your post, you can add in any of these combinations. Maybe, go with this open house. I'm going to make this a lot smaller. I'm actually going to delete this. I'm going to put it right in here. Match it up. Go. Boom, open house. That's how easy it is to change the fonts and change everything and make it stand out. Now I know I've got a kind of bluish pinkish vibe going on, but maybe, the theme of my post is green. I can click on this, again, click on the text color and choose my color. So there's green. Maybe I want it to be brighter green. There we go. Maybe I want it to be purple. Ooh, I like that. Okay. But there we go. Look how easy it is. Every change that I make makes this template more and more and more personalized. And you can change literally anything you want. If this is too big of a box, make it smaller. You don't want this text, move it or get rid of it. The logo's too big, make it smaller. But make sure it is no smaller than your team logo. Very, very easy to make these changes. And like I said before, play around. There's nothing you can do to break this. No one's going to see anything that you're making. So even if you just want to come in and add a new page and just play around with these things and get used to, figuring out how to change things. Whoop. That's a pro feature right there. There's a little pro icon. Then we come back into design. I'm going to put in real estate agent. And let's see what pops up. Looking for a real estate agent, that's great marketing. Your perfect home. Looking for a real estate agent, they got a lot of really cool things. Client testimonials, home renovations. What is the ROI of these home renovations? You can change this. I can move this here. I can change the numbers. I don't want this to be black. I don't want this to be purple. I don't want that background image. I want a kitchen. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in kitchen. And here's my photos. This is a beautiful kitchen here. Drag it, place it. Looks nice. Maybe it's not the exact one that I want. Maybe this one. That looks nice, but that's pro. What about this one? Ooh, that looks nice. This white box. I can click on, let me hide that. Click on this little transparency. I want to make it a little more see-through. There we go. Now I can see that beautiful kitchen behind it. How much will my renovation, how much will my renovation, I don't know, I'm drawing like make me money. That's not a real sentence, guys, I apologize. But just showing you how easy it is to tweak it. Kitchen, basement, curb appeal, maybe you want this to be, landscaping. etc. But just showing you how easy it is to take something that looks like this and change it to whatever you want. Maybe I like this purple. I want everything here to be purple. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start clicking on all of these elements while holding down my shift button. And I'm gonna click on these circles and these lines, circles and lines. And then I'm gonna come here and click on that color, make it that purple button. Do I want to change everything to purple? Let's see how it looks. Color has changed across all pages. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to undo that. But there we go. I made these. Line color. There we go. Line color. Line color. There we go. That's looking a little nice. So again, just super, super easy ways to take something that's already created and tweak it as much or as little as you would like. Now, what I'm doing is I'm making a whole bunch of things in this one file, but remember, let me give this a little refresh right here so you can see all of those designs that I just created are in this one recent design here. I encourage you to create new designs for the different types of posts that you have. So while this is a great idea, you know, how much will my renovation make? It's not the same content or topic as my open house flyer. So I really should have these in two different designs. And that's why you can come right in here, search for Canvas content. Maybe, again, I want to look at real estate. Did see one that was kind of cool before. Why work with a realtor? 3 types of real estate goals. Now, this is a pro. I can click on it and I can still see what this says. So what you can do is open up a new window, find something that looks like this, take this content and put it in. You get what I'm saying? You're taking the template and the wording and the feel of this pro template, you're going to make it your own and you don't have to pay for it. So that's another way that you can kind of get around some of these pro things. I'm going to use this one. I like this one. Why work with a realtor? I'm going to customize this one. Again, this is showing up as green, minimalist, classic real estate list, Instagram, put blah, 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 blah. Right away. I'm going to come in here. Why work with me? And then I can come in here and again, do whatever I want to do. These colors are met. I'm going to click on them. I'm going to change them. So this color, that's going to be pink. This color, this is going to be yellow. And that color is going to be blue. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to make this blue and make that one yellow. And there you go. My background color, I want to make this maybe a lighter gray. And then this font, I don't like this. Here's where you can change all the different fonts. So you can search by type of font like calligraphy or the actual font itself. My favorite font is called Glacial Indifference. I think it's very clean. It's very neat looking. That's my personal favorite. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Why work with a realtor? Objective advice and guidance. That's boring. So your number one reason goes here. Expertise in real estate marketing, access to exclusive property listings, access to over 1,700 of the top agents in Bergen County, you know, things like that. I want to make this pop. Here's an effect. Maybe I want to have it outlined. Maybe I want to make it hollow. You know, you can, maybe want to make it glitchy or make it neon, that neon. But you get what I'm saying. My biggest piece of advice is to play around. There are other things that you can do as well, such as this Canva Assist. So if you need help with anything, fonts, effects, how to make graphics, anything like that, they've got a great support system here. If you ever run into an issue, you can always tweet at them. They're very active on Twitter. So if you ever run into a problem, you can speak to someone via Twitter. But again, my advice is just play around. Play around. Even if you see templates that don't necessarily have to do anything with real estate, you can still use them and make them your own. Like, this is cool. Take a break to refresh. I'm gonna add a page. I'm gonna add this template. This is a video. But you know, I could change this if this was, you know, we were in the desert. Take the road to your new home, something like that. You can get very, very creative. This one's cute. Summer is fully activated. But my business isn't, you know, or like, but I'm not on summer break. Can add something cute and kitschy and like that. What do you laugh at me for?
My business isn't.
This is. Listen, my coffee hasn't fully kicked in. A 10 a.m. class is a risky idea, but here we are. But you know, you guys, I hope you are picking up with what I'm saying. Even if you find a template that, you know, hypothetically has nothing to do with real estate, you can tweak it and make it about real estate. But also, that being said, not everything that you post has to be real estate related. Showcase your favorite restaurant or your favorite coffee shop in town. If you know, your town or a town that you focus on is doing a big 4th of July party, or they've got, you know, great long weekend activities, make a post, showcase that. Tips on how to not get sunburned in the summer, you know, how to keep your home cool during the summer months and save on your bills. Go to Google and search for these things. Find articles that give you this information. Take that, tweak it, put it on a post, boom, you've got a unique piece of content that's gonna keep you in front of everyone's eyes. And it shows your human side as well, and not just your real estate side. I hope that was very informative for everyone. You know, again, this was just an intro class with everything that you can do without using the pro account, which is still a lot. There is more that you can do with the pro account. For example, they have a background remover. So my picture here of Taylor, aka Mate, if I wanted to remove that background behind her, I could. I'd be able to hit edit photo, background remover, but you see it is a pro feature. There's also a magic eraser, a magic edit, lots of really cool AI type of things. So whenever you know you're feeling comfortable, you can always do that free trial and continue with the pro subscription. But if you're not ready for it, there's still a lot that you can do with the free version. Any final questions before we say goodbye for today?
Amanda, I missed some of beginning part. Could you, this recorded, could you send me the email?
Yep, absolutely.
I got, you know, that time is I have phone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't understand the open house one.
This here? So this was actually, I went into text and I used this glow and I just changed the text. That's all it is. And then I changed the color, so you can do that with anyone. So, you know, let's say you like this here. Oh, that's wrong. Now showing. Looks, I mean, even now showing looks good. But maybe I want this to say open house. There we go. And I can move it, get rid of the one I currently have, or what I like to do sometimes is just move it to another image or all the way down to the bottom. And then I can see which one I like better. So I can make this a little smaller. I can drag it up, make it up top there, make it all in one line, move it again. There we go. So not perfect, but There you go. And I can also change the color as well. So that's how you can get all these cool different fonts. Just go over to the text element. You'll be able to see an example, but then you can always change what the words say. It's like. Leave this up. Delete. There we go. Boom. Again, wonky example, but here you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This will be on YouTube, and I'm always here for any questions if you have them. Thanks so much.
Thank you.